This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hey everybody, welcome once again to Groomer Humor on Pet Life Radio. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with my son, Anthony Ray. Guys, this show is dedicated to the professional dog groomer. We're going to be showing our gratitude and our acknowledgement to all of you great groomers who were courageous enough to choose this gratifying career. Also, we have our YouTube shout-outs today, and we have our very funny comment segment. All that and much, much more when we come back on Groomer Humor.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help. Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite. Pick up 2 bottles of Lico Chops, get the 3rd bottle free. New improved Lico Chops with Omega-6, Omega-3, Vitamin E, and now 6 extra direct-fed microbials. Even better for the digestive tract and immune system. And dogs love it. Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free. This is Henry Lukasevic for Dynavite.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
And welcome back to Groomer Humor, guys. Once again, we are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with my son, Anthony Ray. Guys, this show is being brought to you by PetsAreKids2.com. Go to Save a Pet at PetsAreKids2.com. Use promo code PET15 and receive 15% off your purchase. Send in a picture of your pet with a purchased bottle, and Pets Are Kids 2 will donate to a pet with cancer. Again, that's PetsAreKids2.com. Use promo code PET15 and receive 15% off your purchase. Anthony, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. I feel good this week. It's snowing right now, but we're about at the end of February, right, the day we're recording this. So spring is right around the corner.
Yeah, man. I'm looking out the window right now. It's just a white sheet of snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful out. New Jersey.
Reminds me of that of the song by Black Sabbath, "Snowblind." I'm not too sure that it's actually about snow, but
it is about a white sheet of powder. That's
sure. Yes, exactly. Our lovely Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, Snowblind. Love that guy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, dude, I was on YouTube recently checking out our channel. Have you seen Maru and Hannah, the cats?
Wow. You mean the 2 cutest cats in the world? the ones on YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Maru's like this chubby little cat that he just loves boxes, and it's hysterical watching them.
Oh, yeah. He's so good for the camera, too. You could tell he knows when they're filming him. It's almost like the cat knows, hey, you know what? We can make a lot of money. If you post this on YouTube. I like boxes. What more do you need, you know?
Right, exactly. It's literally like he's probably saying, like, hey, guys, listen, I'm a cat. I like jumping in and out of boxes, and I ride a sled. Let's make some money doing this, right?
Oh, the sled one was amazing.
She's got like almost 1 million subscribers.
Oh, God. And it's a cat.
It's a cat.
It's a smart cat.
Guys, I urge you, please go on YouTube and check out Maru, the cat. I think it's Maru. Hysterical.
Yeah, I think we're saying it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That cat is adorable. I could watch him for hours. I have watched him for hours.
Funniest cat ever and the cutest thing in the world. I love that cat.
Oh, yeah. He's such a sweetheart. They love him, too. You can tell.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, talk about pampering your pet. I mean, the both of them. I watched a video of them, and it was just the 2 of them and the owner just petting them for 20 minutes as they're purring and squinting, and then Hannah just starts licking Maru, and it's just so funny to watch. If you guys like cat videos, they're addicting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cat videos are some of the most addicting videos on the internet.
Yeah. He's like riding a sled. He's in a hammock.
I can't even get into a hammock. You ever tried?
No, I have. You always fall out.
Yeah, I want to know who thought that would be a good idea. They're not, it's not a good idea. I don't know. Maybe if you're desperate, but
even if you get into one, like, could you imagine falling asleep in one and then, like, waking up and your back is just roached? You look like the letter C walking around because, you spent too much time in a hammock.
Here's the thing with hammocks. Basically, if you're lucky enough to even get in one and fall asleep, why would you want to sleep in something that at any moment, that's like getting into a bed that at any moment can just break, and it though. Yeah. Because like if you fall asleep in a hammock, you're waking up with your face in the dirt. It's just guaranteed. Eventually,
you just flip over.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of having to balance while I'm trying to relax. You know what I mean? It's just not.
It's hard to fall asleep that way.
Exactly. I don't want to have to act like Indiana Jones while I'm trying to take a nap. Right. On the drawbridge, and, right. and somebody could cut the one end at any moment.
It's like trying to fall asleep while you're on the treadmill.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to fall asleep while you're taking a jog. One time I was at a party, and this is a true story. I was at a party and I was like, and they had a hammock and there was nowhere to sit. So I'm like, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? I'm just going to sit on it. And my legs are still on the ground. So no problem. Dude, within 5 minutes, I'm doing a backflip, down the yard. There was a little hill, so now I'm tumbling, down a hill. And all I was trying to do was hang out.
Yeah. I'm sure the beer had nothing to do with that too.
No, absolutely not.
You were very, very aware.
No, it was vodka and electronic cigarettes at that night, I remember.
the electronic cigarette.
Yeah, the old Logic.
Excuse me, I have to plug this in.
Yeah, right. Does anybody have a USB port? I have to charge my cigarette.
Oh my God, that's so funny, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, and plus, even if you have a hammock or you want to put one up, you got to get lucky enough to find two trees that are like, perfectly spaced.
Yep, that's another good point about them. And then they try to do the whole thing where it's like they give the ones with the metal supports and you don't need the trees. But again, how are you staying on that? It's like trying to take a nap while you're trying to surf. It's just not, I don't get it.
Not comfortable.
Right.
No,
and plus, it's a summer thing. And again, all right, be outside. It's gorgeous. But it's like, just lay on the couch. What do you do? It's hot. Let's go outside and make it really hard to hang out.
I like the ones where like you sit in them, but the trees are too far apart. And when you sit in them, you're basically just sitting on the ground, like because the hammock goes all the way to the grass.
Exactly. They're a bad idea. I don't think they ever should have been invented. Here's the thing. Don't get a hammock unless you're at what's that show? Naked and Afraid. That's the only time a hammock can be usul. We got to get off the ground because there's fire ants crawling up my urethra. Okay. So we got to get off the ground. Okay. Then I understand. That I get. But in your backyard in Clark, New Jersey, get rid of the hammocks.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it. There's no fire ants.
Fire ants.
Yeah.
Oh. This is why I love doing this show with you, man. It's just fun.
We haven't even mentioned grooming yet.
I know, that's the thing. Like, this is a grooming show.
Yeah, called Groomer Humor, but we're talking about hammocks and fire ants.
Fire ants. But, that's the beauty of having your own radio show, which we're very grateful for, by the way.
Keep us safe.
Yeah, but let's get to our topic. Before we even get to that, I want to give a special shout out to Sarah Jackson, who is a 10-year veteran dog groomer. Sarah, this show is dedicated to you and groomers like you. Thank you so much for your comment that you left us on YouTube. If you want to check out Sarah's comment, go to our channel, go to YouTube, punch in Grooming by Rudy, and you can see all of our videos along with Sarah's really kind comments. So thank you so much, Sarah Jackson, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, Sarah, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it really is dedicated to her and other groomers because that's her comment is what made us want to do this show today. So, man, where do we start? Being a dog groomer, wow, what a life. It's very, very tough. I mean, it's not an easy life. Being a dog groomer because, first of all, it's something that most people would not choose to do, I think, unless you really, really have it in you to be a dog groomer, which we have, obviously, being that we've been doing it for so long. I don't know how you got in. Obviously, you got into it through me, but I'm sure you'll agree, like, once you start doing it, it's kind of like, man, I don't want to do anything else. Like, I really love the dogs. I love being around animals and helping them. I mean, I think that's the main reason why most dog groomers get into it.
Yeah. For me, obviously it was a little different for me at first because, you're my dad. So I loved like hanging out with you all day. That was cool. And, I stepped away a couple of times to try to go for, more, I guess you can call them more normal jobs because you do have to be a little bit crazy to be a dog groomer. But I hated 9 to 5s. I'm a clock watcher, and I love dogs. So it's like no matter how many times I tried to step away from this business, I always found myself just coming back to it because it's not a 9 to 5. And you get to be with dogs all day. Obviously, dog grooming doesn't come without its many, many challenges. But I don't know. You're totally right. You're just kind of drawn to it once you start it.
Yeah.
There's no other job like it, really.
Yep. I mean, it's true. I mean, I've even tried to bow out of it, in the beginning because I was like, man, I don't know if I see myself doing this, long term. And in the beginning, I was kind of doing it on the side and still contemplating whether, I should keep my job or do dog grooming full time. But after a while, as I got better at it, I was kind of like, well, wait a minute. I can groom a dog. I was grooming out of the house at the time. I can groom a dog in an hour, 2 hours. And, I just made $50. Like nobody's paying me that kind of money for an hour or two. So maybe I will do this. And you start doing the math and you start going, well, I'll do 2 dogs a day and I'll do 3 dogs a day. And you really start to fall into it. And I think what's happening nowadays is a lot of people with YouTube and everything, a lot of people are actually doing the do-it-yourself stuff, and they're finding out that they can get good at it too. And I think more and more people, because of YouTube, are going to be choosing dog grooming as a career. And I really hope they do.
Yeah, it's also smart the way you went about it, like what you just said. You started off. A lot of people quit because they don't do what you did, where it's you got to start with like 1, maybe 2 dogs. You can't just go in full force and think you're going to do 6 or 7 dogs in one day when you first start out. It's pretty smart decisions on your part because you probably would have given up if you tried to just go, dive right on in. All right, I got to do seven groomings in one day.
Sure.
You're brand new to it. There's no way you wouldn't even have the time. There's not enough hours in the day when you first start to do even 5 dogs in one day.
Yeah.
Now you can fly through them, but
Right. It's a great point, too, because, again, I think a lot of times it's underestimated, the work, the experience that you have to gain. It's not the kind of thing that you're going to learn right away. And that's what I meant by it's hard. It's a tough thing to learn. But with anything that's tough, there's always, a great reward at the end. But again, it's just something like you just said. You're going to learn slowly. You're going to learn how to do 1 dog before you could do 2, and then onward. Because, again, it's that type of profession where you really, really have to know what you're doing. And that's why I really want to thank all of you professional dog groomers out there. Guys, especially people that have stuck with it for, over 5 years and stuff like that. Because most people bounce. Most people bounce right out of this profession because it's just a very, very hard job to do.
Without a doubt. Yeah. A lot of people fall off, like you said, they bounce. The precision that's required to do this stuff that's what gets me these days. When I was younger and I would see you being nervous and, scared, I wouldn't understand until I started trying to do it myself a little bit. And nowadays, man, when I see you with a real nervous dog on the table, I just think right away, how are you going to scissor that? How are you supposed to put scissors up to this dog's head who won't stop moving and keep your cool and not freak the dog out any more than he's already freaked out? God, it really does take a special kind of precision and artistry, really, to pull off even 1 grooming, never mind an 8-dog day.
Sure. And in that moment that, you finally get the dog's attention, you're able to get like a snip or 2. And, you have to worry about somebody walking through the door and now you're just restarting. You're starting over again or a loud noise, a truck going by, whatever. It's just really it's a very tedious job. And again, the dogs are going to feed off of your energy. So like you said, you really got to keep your cool. You got to stay calm. You got to be patient. You have to, if the dog's not taking to it right away, you may have to put that dog away for a while and take out another dog and retry it just to get like even something as simple as the bangs getting trimmed, especially on a puppy that's never had it done before or anything. So it's more than just grooming. It's a lot of emotion. It's a lot of fear. You don't want to hurt the dog. So you really have to put yourself in a special place to go into groomer mode. Again, I know you groomers out there know what I'm talking about. I've had sleepless nights knowing that, man, tomorrow I have that really hard to handle dog. I have to really be careful, and he moves a lot. I don't want to get bitten. I don't want to hurt him. Or he tries to jump off the table every time I try to do a pad or something. All these factors that a dog groomer goes through. So it's a very, very unique, different job. But thank God we have dog groomers, because what would we do without us,
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I don't even know the answer to that question. What would you do?
What would happen to dogs? Really, yeah. I think dog groomers are just so special. We are so special, and I'm so proud to be one. And dog groomers question it all the time. I'm sure, like, man, why am I doing this? How am I doing this? And how much longer can I do this? But man, I'll tell you, dog groomers are just very strong. You have to be strong-minded. You have to be physically strong, and you have to be emotionally strong. And you got to love people as much as you love dogs, because you're not just dealing with dogs, you're dealing with people too. You just got to be loving, I guess, and it's hard to stay that way all the time, because, we have lives too, and things happen to us, and, and we get sick and everything else. So we're always fighting to be the best we can as far as grooming dogs.
Yeah. Basically, you have to keep yourself, and I see you do it every day, and I do it myself. You have to you're in a constant state of awareness. That blood's got to be pumping all day, and yet you have to keep your cool. And somebody walks in, and you got to put that smile on. We do that part kind of naturally because me and you sort of run happy, but yeah. But it is challenging on some days. Like you just said, you're working for 20 minutes to get the dog to keep its head still for 2 seconds while you can get the snip. And the second you finally accomplish it, the door swings open. Oh, hi, how you doing? And there goes that. Now time to start over.
Do you remember the time we had that dog? It was like I think it was a border collie. It was a new customer. The dog was super skittish. It almost got away from the owner when she walked in with it. It was like we both said, we're not doing this, But then I looked at the dog, I looked at the dog's eyes, and I sized it up, and I said, you know what, Anthony, this dog's just terrified. I don't think this dog's aggressive. And you said, Dad, I got an idea. And I was like, what? And you said, let's get him in the back, and I'm going to lay down on the floor. And I go, Aunt, what do we do? Okay. You don't have a hammock, though. And you were amazing, because you laid on the floor, and I just stood back, and the dog just started sniffing you all over, and he was like walking over you and sniffing like your legs and your head and your face. And all of a sudden he started to wag his tail, and you reached out for him, and you go, hey, buddy. And it was almost like, wow, the dog he's like a different dog. He was afraid. He was just scared of us. But we went into this, you went into like this non-dominant whatever mode that you went into. You decided to lay down and let the dog kind of just get its bearings. And lo and behold, we still groom that dog today, and he's awesome now. You know what I mean? Like, great idea. Like, we'll go to great lengths. Dog groomers go to great lengths to break through to the dog.
Yeah. That was great teamwork for you to size him up and realize he's not aggressive. And then, all right, well, I'm going to lay down with him, and I'll let him own me. I'll let him claim me. He could stand over me. It's not all, I got to swallow your pride sometimes. Hey, I'm not in this business so I could tell dogs what to do. So, right. Hey, no, go ahead, buddy, own me. If it's going to help you feel better, you could claim me. You can put yourself above me. I don't care. Sure. That's fine. If it helps you calm down.
Yeah. In that particular dog, I'm all about using, the whole pack leadership thing too. Like, the dogs do have to know that, like, you're the pack leader in the grooming shop. And, it gives them, most dogs, a comfort level as well, because they're looking towards you for their security. But in that case, trying to be a pack leader in a dog that was that skittish, that dog was just going to jump out of his skin and run away. So it was almost like, no, there's no pack leadership here. There's more like, let's just make friends first. You know what I mean? And it worked like a charm. And like I said, we groomed that dog to this day. As a matter of fact, we've been grooming him for the past, I think, 8 years. And he's one of our favorite dogs, because he's such a sweetheart. But again, it's just, this show's kind of dedicated to us professional dog groomers, what we do, what we go through. And we really want to showcase you guys, because we're groomer advocates. And a lot of times, we catch a lot of slack too. Like you'll get like crazy comments like we always get. Like, you get people who don't know anything about this trade that aren't dog groomers. And, you're telling, an experienced dog groomer that they didn't do that right or something like that. And, that's like trying to say like a tree's not going to grow in the woods. You know what I mean? You have no idea how ignorant a comment like that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's like going up to an open heart surgeon, and saying, I don't think you cut that at the right angle. That valve, that aortic valve, that's a bad angle to cut the aortic valve.
Right. Meanwhile, you work at Dollar Tree and, you use a box cutter and you open. Exactly. That's my point. You're going to it's the same type of personality that's going to go on and say, I would have used a box cutter to cut that valve.
They're much more sharp than a scalpel.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't say something like that or tell a surgeon or a dentist or a hygienist how to do their job. So guys, if you are out there and you're like that pseudo dog groomer and you're watching an experienced dog groomer like myself and other YouTubers who are experienced dog groomers, don't be so naive. Obviously, we know what we're doing. And different dog groomers have different styles. And I could respect how another professional dog groomer does something. And they respect us too as well. But again, if you don't know anything about it, you'd probably be better off not saying anything.
Yeah, back it down. Secure it.
Secure it. Lock it up. Lock it up. You lock it up. You lock it up.
You lock it up.
Yeah, because here's the other part of it too. Like dog groomers, good ones anyway, usually either go to school to learn the trade or they take a course. They're doing something to become a dog groomer. You're not just going to become a dog groomer. And no, there are some self-made dog groomers out there that have learned through experience. But in more recent time, and I mean in the past 20, 30 years, there's plenty of dog grooming schools. As a matter of fact, if you guys are in the New Jersey area and you're interested in going to dog grooming school, check out our friend Erica Salvamini. She's at Just for Paws Pet Spa and Academy in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Check her out because she has a great grooming school. And aside from dog grooming, she teaches Reiki and a host of other things. So again, if you guys are interested in this at all, go to grooming school. And if you're in Jersey area, check out Just for Paws Pet Spa and Academy because they're running a great school over there. But like I was saying, though, most dog groomers are going to school and they're learning things. They're learning how to become professionals. They're practicing. They're learning about problems, skin problems, ear infections, diet, anatomy. I mean, you name it. They're learning this stuff and they probably know a lot more than you, if you're not a dog groomer or a vet or someone in the professional industry.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. So it just pays to maybe listen to them. Like we get a lot of comments on our ear video, because we're pulling the hair out and, you'll get a lot of negative comments. Why are you doing this? And you're hurting the dog. First of all, not hurting the dog. If I was hurting the dog, I wouldn't be doing it, first of all. And the way I do it also is virtually painless to the dog. And again, as we've said in some of those comments, my question is, okay, do I pull this hair out or does the dog get a severe ear infection? What's cruel? What is cruel? You know what I'm saying? If you had an ear infection, do you kind of go through a little bit of uncomfortableness to get the earwax out and treat the ear to avoid the ear infection? Yes. Same thing for the dogs, guys. Sometimes there has to be an uncomfortable situation for the dog to get better.
That's a really good point. Sometimes a little discomfort goes a long way in saving yourself a lot of pain. Actual pain. Discomfort is not pain. It's just
it's discomfort. Or do you know how many dogs I've saved from having a severe ear infection simply from cleaning the ear out and working with the customer and saying, hey, listen, you know what? I think I can get this under control. If not, you could always go to a vet. But you know what? Let me clean it for you. Let me see. Let me pull some of this hair out and take care of the infection, or the pre-infection, so it doesn't get any worse, or at least clear it out for the vet so that now when you do bring the dog to the vet has a clean surface to work with. He doesn't have to yank the hair out or anything because it's done already, and he can actually treat the ear before prepping the ear. So all around, guys, dog groomers are in this to better the lives of dogs, not to hurt them. We're here because we love dogs and we want to help. That's just the way it is. We want to promote this industry, especially to young people. If any young people out there, this is a great career to get into, but make no mistake, it's not an easy one.
No, it's not at all. Speaking of helping pets everywhere, don't forget to go and check out PetsOurKids2.com. What's really cool about them is they donate a portion of their sales to pets with cancer. Their goal is to help save 100 pets with cancer by 2020. Check out their website, PetsOurKids2.com. Enter code PET15 for 15% off your order and a lifetime money-back guarantee. If you buy a product and email them a picture of your pet with the bottle, they'll reply with a picture of the pet they donated to from your sale. So don't forget, check them out, PetsOurKids2.com. And don't forget, code PET15 for 15% off.
Awesome. Yep. Great company.
I love them.
Me too. Yeah. So what else can we talk about? I wanted to hit on another factor as far as dog grooming. A lot of people will, like I was saying earlier, they'll start working on their dog at home, and then they'll do the DIY, and they'll be surprised at themselves at how good they are at it. You know what I'm saying? And even to that person, what I would recommend is, if you feel that you're good at it and you feel like you can groom your own dog, chances are you might be able to groom someone else's too, but still, I would go to grooming school if you're interested. This isn't just for young people. You have a lot of midlife people that want to get out of the corporate world, the 9 to 5. We see this a lot. And they've always had a passion for dogs. They love dogs. I urge you guys, go to grooming school. Learn how to groom dogs and learn slowly. Even if you're 50 years old. Listen, 50 is the new 30. You have plenty of time. You could still do this career for the next 2 decades of your life, on some level. You may not be able to, be bathing large breeds like golden retrievers and stuff like that, but you still may be able to work on some small dogs. And again, very, very gratifying. Anyone out there that's looking to change a career even, look into it. A great opportunity for people.
You could always do it, like you said. I mean, you're getting up there, and you're selective on the big breeds that you take in. So yeah, you could do it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be super, super young. You don't have to be 18 years old with the whole world in front of you and say, I'm going to be a dog groomer. You could decide that at 30, 40, 50, whatever.
Yeah, look at me. I'm a stogie. I got varicose veins. It takes a lot of effort to pull myself off the toilet bowl every morning. Trust me, but I'm still doing it. I'm
right.
I'm going.
Well, here's the thing. You're at that age where you're starting to sit down just to take a pee. And and listen, I understand.
Yeah, I like that though. It's comfortable. It's a very comfortable position.
You're no spring chicken, but it's okay.
No, I'm not. I think I've been hanging around with dogs too much. That's why I sit and pee. Yeah. But you have to admit, you've done it too. It's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I guess.
Why not take a break?
When I started doing it, I started implementing it into my rotation, actually. Anytime I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning from a dead sleep, I decided I'm going to put the days of going to take a pee and getting it all over myself at 3 o'clock in the morning. I decided to put those days behind me and just sit and make it easier for myself.
Make it easier.
Yeah. When you're in trouble, when you wake up from REM sleep, you go to take a pee and you don't hear the water. That's right. When you know
something seriously wrong.
Yep. That's when I'm going to be up for a few more minutes here cleaning myself and yep.
And now, see, with that new notion with men, because men are starting to catch on to the whole sit and pee, now you have to get mad at yourself for leaving the toilet seat up.
Yeah, exactly. I've done that to myself, too. Yeah, yeah.
Anthony!
Yeah. Yep.
How many times have I told you, to put the seat down? Oh.
Yeah, basically. You poor women. Now I understand because I've definitely gotten up in the middle of the night, forgotten to put the seat down, and cannonballed into my toilet, And that's me trying to do the right thing. I don't want to take the risk of peeing all over myself standing because I'm half asleep here, so I go to sit, and now it's worse.
Yeah, and it's cold.
Yeah, it's
I've fallen in. It's cold. Right. It's very cold.
Yeah, we've all fallen in. Human beings, yes, yeah. We're fascinating creatures, aren't we?
I like how the show goes, though. We're talking about grooming, and now we're talking about sitting and peeing.
Yeah,
this is a fun show. I mean, we can do that.
This is why we have listeners, because they never know what to expect. We reiterate ourselves plenty of times. That's sure, but that's just radio, man. We definitely keep it fresh no matter what, because I never know where the show is going to go.
I don't either. It just takes on a life of its own. But I just thank you guys actually actually for listening out there. Really appreciate that for you guys, tuning into us and making this all possible. So thank you to all of our listeners that tolerate us at best too.
Right. Yeah. You guys obviously like hanging out with us, so we love you for it.
Yeah. But again, we want to thank all of our professional dog groomers out there once again, and just keep doing what you're doing. And you're always learning with this too. It's another thing. Even though actually I just turned 54 on the 17th, and I'm learning more now about this than I ever have in my life. So it's one of those careers that's definitely going to keep you stimulated too. You're always going to be. It actually keeps you young.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
In a weird way. Yeah, in a weird way.
Yeah. Keeps you young.
Yeah.
But we should move on. I want to get to the fun part. We don't have many guys because we don't want to burn up all the comments, and sometimes we don't get a whole lot of funny comments. But we've been averaging about 2 or 3 a week, so we're trying to salvage some of them. Do you want to do the first one, Anthony, or should I do the first one? Maybe you should do the first one.
Okay. I'll do the first one. I have it here.
I want to say something about that one though, because I think it's very, very. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So here's what the comment says. You guys are funny, but some of the things you talk about are not funny. That's you guys. You're funny.
Yeah. I'm really glad that we're reaching out to our 6-year-old audience.
Yeah.
Because it kind of has that overtone, doesn't it? And like you guys are funny, but some of the things you talk about are not funny. That's like how I felt when I read it, It's not funny.
That is not funny. You know what it is? I like what you said. It's good to reach an audience of all ages. You know what I mean? Get a couple of 4-year-olds in here, see what they think of things, see how they see the world,
Yeah. So thank you for your comment.
Thank you, Sonny.
Go tell mom that you're on the computer, though.
Yeah. Go tell mom that you left a comment.
Go tell mom.
Funny, not funny.
That's how it made me feel. But anyway, the second one is, I love this one too. We get a lot of these. I just don't know why. Look, I have 2 pit bulls that will F your ass up.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I don't understand. Like, why do you guys want to see me get hurt? like I feel like you guys want to sick your dog on me to see how much I can handle.
Maybe that's it. I don't know why, because I never get those. Nobody ever says they want to see me get hurt. They always go to you. I don't know.
I'm either getting, shot with a knife, or someone wants their dog to attack me. Like I'm just trying to help.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand. I would look at you more. I'm surprised that people didn't you're more of like the Pope of dogs. You should be, where, how like when they get excited or like the president kisses a baby, like they should be saying more stuff like that. Like, oh, Rudy the groomer kissed your dog. That's beautiful. Never lose that picture. But instead they want the opposite. They want you to be mauled.
Yeah. They want to they want to, I think they want to see that, caught on cam stuff, groomer mauled by 2 pit bulls for trying to clip nails. Don't get me wrong, it's going to get a lot of hits, but I don't want to be that dog groomer, though.
Right, yeah, that's making headlines. That's
you know what I mean?
That'd be like world's greatest free throw shooter misses game-winning free throw. It just makes headlines, and it's not expected.
Yeah. So. And I just want to let you know, too, he put a big 3 exclamation marks after.
Oh, he gave you the 3.
He really wants to see his dogs mess me up.
Right, yeah, he's not screwing around. This guy wants the pit bulls at you.
At me.
I really hope he doesn't live in New Jersey, because now you gotta walk around and be looking over your shoulder.
And he's got 2 of them, too, not just 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever seen pit bulls work together, but they're a fine-tuned machine.
Yeah, they're a bit burly. Let's put it that way. They're healthy.
But anyway, thank you also for your comment, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's funny about that comment too is now every time you do walk down the street, if you do pass anybody with 2 pit bulls, you're going to look like a maniac, because you're just automatically going to go, get away from me, get away from me. And it's not the person, they're going to go, dude, what's your problem, man?
They're friendly as could be.
Yeah, they're friendly. They're not going to hurt you. You know, no, it's you. I know it's you. What are the odds?
Yeah, I'm paranoid.
So, yeah, thanks for the the paranoia there, commenter.
So, yeah, all right. Well, hey. Listen, I just wanted to keep this one short and sweet, and I just wanted to, again, just praise all you professional dog groomers out there, and thank you, listeners, for checking us out once again.
Oh, yeah. As always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. We'd like to thank our producer, Mark Winter. Thank you so much, Mark. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel. It's called Grooming by Rudy. That's Grooming by Rudy on YouTube.com. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We want to hear from you guys. You could also like Grooming by Rudy on Facebook, follow Grooming by Rudy on Instagram and Twitter. It has been an absolute pleasure. And until next time, take care of yourselves and your pets.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.